Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Xpeng. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a video about Xpeng. If you guys don't know what Xpeng actually is, it's an EV company that's based out of China. As you guys have seen, the EV market has really been exploding this year. It's starting to get a lot of attention from big time investors, but in this video, we're going to be talking about Xpeng. Looking at the 5-year chart, this thing actually did have a recent IPO, August 26th of 2020, so basically earlier this year, and it actually did have a high here. This stock was rallying and basically almost did hit $75 at one point. As you guys can see, looking at the 3-month chart, it's currently up 119%. 1-month chart, though, it is down 35%, and looking at the 1-week chart, it is down 7%. And it leads people to ask the question, what is Xpeng going to be doing in the year of 2021? Is Xpeng stock a buy? $41.84. And what's my overall stock price prediction for Xpeng? Well, we're going to start by talking about really the EV market maturity and the demand of the EV market. You guys have seen in the year of 2020 that, the EV market has really shown to light, especially with Tesla doing super well and a bunch of other EV companies as well. We have QuantumScape, we have Xpeng, we have NIO. All these companies have actually been doing very well for themselves. So it leads people to ask the question, how did these companies end up doing a lot better than what people actually expected for them? And I think that's just due to the simple fact of there's just more EV market demand, more EV market maturity, and people are really starting to see the value of battery power and really what's going to be carrying us into the next decade in itself. What makes Xpeng super cool is Xpeng in itself has actually been doing very well in the year of 2020 in the midst of a pandemic as well. I know there's a lot of EV companies out there that are still doing pretty okay, but they haven't been doing as well as Xpeng. But it also leads people to ask, why has Xpeng stock been crashing ever since it hit its high of $72? And the reason I can only find the explanation is really a lot of people were trying to kind of rotate out of the EV sector for a little bit and kind of just start investing in something else. We did have a brief period where a lot of EV stocks were not doing too well. But for me, I'm actually super bullish on Xpeng and, taking a little bit of a deeper dive on Xpeng in itself. So if you guys don't know what Xpeng actually does, like I said, they produce EV cars, also happens to be based out of China. Right, they're currently producing 2 vehicles. It's the P7, which is a sedan, and the G3, which is an SUV. Both beautiful cars, and if you've actually seen the schematics of those cars, they're just absolutely beautiful. And for me, I actually do think Xpeng stock is a buy at $41.84. Aside from their vehicles being absolutely beautiful, Xpeng has actually seen a lot of analysts who are kind of backing it up. A lot of big time analysts are really supporting of Xpeng. Even analysts saying that Xpeng is going to be one of the top 4 EV companies in China. Now, people have to take in consideration with NIO there and Tesla expanding into China as well. It leads people to wonder, is Xpeng going to be doing well if, you have companies like NIO and Tesla that are also in China? And the thing is, you guys have to understand that there's always going to be more room for just one EV company. And I know Xpeng as well is going to be a top EV company. Even taking a look at a broader look at their sales, Xpeng has actually done very well with their sales this year. They're really putting themselves on the radar. They're really trying to expand as fast as possible. And really, yes, I know they're also working on a flying car. For me, I don't really think that has much of an effect on the stock price, but Xpeng being another EV company, probably trying to work on a bigger and better battery, also trying to work on a self-driving chip. And you guys have seen, a lot of people are really looking towards the EV market to kind of carry us into the future, because battery power is very powerful, and the things you can do with it are very powerful, which is why a lot of people are starting to kind of rotate back into these EV stocks, and Xpeng being one of them. I'm actually super bullish on Xpeng as well. I actually do own quite a bit of a position in Xpeng. I know there's a lot of people out there, who bought super high on Xpeng stock. They bought it at $60. They bought it at $65 or $70. In that position, obviously everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But my best recommendation is hold strong, average down if you can. And I do think that Xpeng is a buy at $41.84. I think this company has a lot of upside potential. I think it's going to be doing great things in the year of 2021. But the biggest stepping stone for Xpeng really was their expansion. And if you guys don't know, Xpeng has started selling cars in Norway, and that's probably a huge catalyst for Xpeng stock. And I actually think this stock is actually going to be doing great in the year of 2021. Taking a look at a bigger perspective, the fact that Xpeng was able to make that stepping stone, the fact that the Chinese EV is really trying to expand in that side of the world, really shows the merit of Xpeng as a company. The fact that they've started selling cars in Norway not only shows the merit of Xpeng, but it shows, that Xpeng in itself is really trying to get itself on the radar. It's really trying to expand, and it's really trying to showcase to the world what it can actually do as an EV company. For me, like I said, I know Xpeng has not been doing too well. The stock has been on a steady decline, but for me, I just take this as a general sign for me to buy more, just because I do see a lot of upside potential. On top of them doing very great on their sales in the year of 2020, on top of them already starting to expand to Norway, on top of the expansion of the whole EV market itself and just more EV market demand, Xpeng is a good buy at $41.84. I do think this company is going to have a lot of upside potential in the year of 2021. Now, a lot of people may also link it to, a lot of the reasons as well why Xpeng has not been doing too well is a lot of Chinese stocks have actually been getting a lot of heat recently. We did get a bill that passed basically saying if Chinese stocks do not abide by U.S. auditing guidelines, they're going to go ahead and get delisted from the NASDAQ. And we recently got hit with the Alibaba probe. It's a big China. If you guys don't know what Alibaba is, it's a big Chinese company, basically like the Amazon here, and it's being probed, which did cause a lot of the Chinese stocks to actually sink. All the Chinese ETFs, Xpeng, NIO, and a bunch of other Chinese stocks did not do well on the last trading session. But for me, I see buying Xpeng as a golden opportunity, and that actually leads me to my overall stock price prediction. Where do I think Xpeng stock is going to be headed in the year of 2021? Where can I see Xpeng actually headed in the years of 2022 and 2023 as well? Taking a look at it from the bigger perspective, I really do see Xpeng really showcasing it in the year of 2020. I could see Xpeng going back to be a $75 to a $100 stock. I do think Xpeng does have the potential with its rising sales and its overall expansion to Europe. And like I said, with the overall EV market maturity and the just simple more demand for the EV market, Xpeng is going to be doing very, very well in the year of 2021. And like I said, I could see Xpeng hitting $75 a share or even $100 a share. The fact that they're probably going to be perfecting their vehicles, dropping bigger and better features, probably dropping new cars. And like I said, the biggest thing with Xpeng is the fact that it's already started to expand and really trying to showcase the world what it can do as a top EV company. I think Xpeng is a steal price right now, $41.84. I think people should really take the opportunity and buy Xpeng stock. I mean, this thing has a lot of stuff going for it. Flying cars, expansion. It's got rising sales. It's got, a bunch of big time analysts behind its name as well. I mean, Xpeng honestly, it's too big to fail. I think Xpeng is going to be doing great things in the year of 2021. And like I said, I do see Xpeng hitting $100 in the year of 2021. And a lot of people will say it's out of reach, but a lot of people also have to understand, that this stock did hit $75 at one point, and a lot of people were not expecting that to come. So for me, I think anything is possible, and I do think Xpeng has that rising potential. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Xpeng stock. Do you think Xpeng stock is a buy? $41.84. If you guys own Xpeng stock, how many shares do you guys own? What's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.